same table, different day. We started talking, drift away. Coffee ringing, window light. Nothing heavy, muffin tight. You say something, lose the thread. Laugh and say forget it instead. And not like I followed through. Maybe I did, maybe not, still true. Tiny pauses in the sound. Best parts never written down. No direction we must choose. Nothing to lose. Let it roll, don't make it clear. Half the meaning lives right here. No big point we gotta find. Just your voice crossing mine. If the moment goes nowhere, I still like it there. Slow time in a swing beat room. Easy afternoon. Finger tapping out of line. But still it fits the pocket fine. Clap and brushing soft delay. Fast, don't have to stay. You change topics mid-phrase turn. Less talks, never really learn. Air between the things we say carries more anyway. Loose ends left untied. Still they sit just right. Unfinished by design works out fine. Let it roll, don't make it clear. Half the meaning lives right here. No big point we gotta find. Just your voice crossing mine. If the moment goes nowhere, I still like it there. Slow time in a swing beat room. Easy afternoon. Behind the beat, slightly late. Human timing sets the shape. Nothing perfect, that's the charm. Keeps it warm. Low tone, short line, soft grin, no sin. Let it roll, one more round. Same small talk, same soft sound. No big ending, must show. Just a steady glow. If it likes me, let it stay. That's the way. Doing nothing, feeling fine. You and I in time. Yeah. Windows down. No plan today, just right. Sun on the dash, coffee still warm. Radio half lost between two stations. You draw circles on the fog of the glass. Talking about nothing, like it matters. Traffic light blinking slow, you say left or right. I shrug, either one works tonight. Wind in the car like a quiet song. Words fall out then drift along. No big story, no grand design. Just miles rolling under time. Windows down, no plan tonight. City sliding past the headlights. Laughing at the smallest lines. Talking just to pass the time. Windows down, no place to be. Road keeps writing melody. If we never choose a lane, I still drive this way again. Yeah, gas station glow in the parking lot. You buy snacks we don't really want. Receipt flutters out the door like a tiny paper passport. You say something half serious, then laugh before it lands. I keep the rhythm on the steering wheel, like a drummer with no band. And streetlights blinking one by one. Night unfolding on the run. Somewhere music finds the lane. Somewhere silence feels the same. Windows down, no plan tonight. City sliding past the headlights. Laughing at the smallest lines. Talk, you're just to pass the time. Windows down, no place to be. Road keeps writing melody. If we never choose a lane, I still drive this way again. You ever notice how the best days are the ones where nothing really happens? Yeah, those are the good ones. Windows down, radio low. No, the road keeps moving. License so. We're talking small things, nothing heavy. Steam from the cup going thin already. Clock on the wall, but it's not that loud. Afternoon drifting through the sound. You say something about a show you saw. I say I might, but I'm not sure at all. Words just landing softly slide. No need to push, no need to try. Little pauses, little laughs. Sentences that don't need paths. We're not going anywhere tonight, and that's just right. Keep it light, keep it low. Let the background rhythm flow. No big moment, no big line. Just your voice in a little time. No big hook, no big scene. Just somewhere in between. We let the minutes move their own way. Loop the vibe, let it stay. Finger drawing lines in the air, like you almost put a dot right there. Half a story, then you switch. I like it better. Random pitch, outside buses fading past. Room stay still like painted glass. Every sound sits close and near. Nothing loud enough to steer. Tiny beats between each word. Best conversations barely heard. We're not building anything to keep, just something soft and deep. Keep it light, keep it low. Let the background rhythm flow. No big moment, no big line. Just your voice and a little time. No big hook, no big scene. Just somewhere in between. We let the minutes move their own way. Loop the vibe, let it stay. No climax, no surprise. Just steady tone and easy eyes. If the track goes round again, I wouldn't even change a thing. Say less, mean more. Talk slow, no score. Talks my soft tongue. 2 cup, 1 zone. Keep it light, keep it low. Let the background rhythm flow. Same groove for more time. Same smart talk, same soft mind. Nothing huge, nothing loud. Just a calm inside the crowd. If it fades, press play then. Play the role. No and flip the vibe. Yeah. Da 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 da. Sunlight on the corner of the desk. Coffee warm, nothing feels pressed. Playlist rolling steady and low. Got that pocket in the flow. Messages can wait a while. Easy breath, easy smile. Small wins in a simple day. Let it play. No rush in the timeline. Everything is on my side. Little swing in every move in the groove. Feeling good in this fall, soft way. Head nod time in the middle of the day. No big plan, I gotta chase. Just a steady pace. Yeah. Let it loop, let it ride. Warm light on my side. Simple rhythm, simple mood, all good. Yeah. Notebook open, half a page. Ideas sitting center stage. Baseline walking nice and clean. That's kind of in between. Hi-hat talking light and wide. Snare hits right on time, then slides. Nothing loud, nothing forced, just on course. Behind the beat I stay, that's the better way. Pocket deep and smooth, nothing to prove. Feeling good in a small, soft way. Yet not time in the middle of the day. No big plan, I got a taste. Just a steady pace. Let it loop, let it ride. A warm light on my side. Simple rhythm, simple mood, all good. Yeah, man. My 7 colors in the air, open chords everywhere. Bright but never sharp, easy hard. Right sip, right tap, think low, swing, don't blame. Feeling good in a small, soft way. Same groove, no little day, no big line to clue. Just a mood. If it plays again, I'm in. Seems soft grain, 95 in pocket smooth. Still all good. Da 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 da. Feet on low, treble close, window cracked, city ghost. You say something small and slow, I let it go. Half a joke, no punchline, loose thought drifting off time. Words don't need to fully land, just expand. Little gaps inside the flow, that's the part I like the most. Nothing said, we need to hold, let it roll. These are just background minutes, soft talk, living in it. No point trying to pin it, let's stay light. Just background minutes, loose words, no limits. Nothing major in it, just late night time. Piano chords and gentle loops, same four bars, different truths. You change topics mid-sentence, makes sense. Snare and clap like quiet steps, bassline barely breaks a sweat. Conversation built like air, light there. Timing sitting slightly late, swing behind the things we say. We don't try to elevate, we just play. These are just background minutes, self-talk, living in it. No point trying to pin it, let it stay light. Just background minutes, loose words, no limits. Nothing major in it, just late night time. No big hook, no surprise, just a tone that slowly rides. If it never really shines, still fine. These are just background minutes, same groove every visit. Press repeat, we're in it one more time. Just background minutes, fade low and leave finish. No message, just rhythm and passing time. Woke up late, missed the train, didn't even mind that much. Made some coffee, let it sit while I check my phone and such. Sun came through the window slow, hit the floor, then climbed the chair. Didn't feel like going anywhere, so I stayed right there. Nothing special going on, just another kind of day. Let the rhythm carry it, don't need much to say. Take it easy, take it slow, let the hours fall in line. If nothing really happens, that's fine. That's fine. Ooh. Walked outside to get some air, didn't know what I went for. I passed the shop, heard a song I think I've heard before. Didn't stop, kept moving, let it fall off for a while. Sometimes that's enough reason just to walk another mile. Nothing special going on, just the city doing its thing. Every little sound around feels like part of the swing. No big plans, no big signs, no need to redefine. If nothing really happens, that's fine. Didn't check the time, didn't need to. The day kind of kept itself together. Back home, same old chairs, same light, different hour. Put the music on again, let it play a little louder. Getting it Same air, same room. Nothing asking to be noticed. Bus rolled past right on time. Neighbors smoke beneath the sign. Kitchen lights stay slightly dim. Radio low, signal thin. I answered calls with half a voice. Made small talk without a choice. Didn't feel inspired or lost. Just another day being crossed. Nothing cinematic came. No surprise attached a name. Even dinner tasted plain. Like comfort trying not to change, yeah. And somehow in the middle of it, without warning or intent, the quiet settled in my chest like I knew exactly where it went. The day stayed quiet, no moment trying to shine. And maybe that's the reason it still circles in my mind. The day stayed quiet, nothing begged to last. Still somehow it lingered longer than the loud ones from the past. Yeah. I've had nights that felt enormous, burned bright enough to leave a mark. But memory turns those into pieces, hard edges fading in the dark. This one barely raised its hand, didn't need to take a stand. Just sat low against the hours like rain absorbed into the ground. No revelation showed itself, no lesson waiting on a shelf. I just moved from room to room without resisting afternoon. And I think maybe that's the trick. Nothing fighting to exist, leaves enough untouched inside for the smallest things to stick. Like the sound of dishes drying, or the hallway painted gold, or how I didn't need distraction to keep the evening from growing old. The day stayed quiet, still I feel it now. Not because it asked attention, but because it settled down. The day stayed quiet, no climax to explain, just a softness that remained after everything else changed. Yeah. Maybe peace arrives unnoticed, without language, without signs. Not every meaningful moment needs to announce itself in time. Some days enter through the background and never really leave, like your body keeps a rhythm your thoughts forgot to keep. I went to sleep without conclusions, no dramatic shift inside. Still the morning felt a little lighter, like something heavy stepped aside. Maybe memory trusts the moments that don't force themselves to stay, the ones that simply sit beside you long after they drift away. The day stayed quiet, nothing special in the frame. Still somehow I carry pieces of a day without a name. The day stayed quiet, no reason left to prove, just a calm that kept returning long after I had moved. Yeah. Nothing major, nothing new, still here somehow. The day stayed quiet, and maybe I did too. Nobody rushing anywhere tonight. Clock light glowing by the bed, blue and quiet, almost dead. Rain tapping lightly on the vent, like it forgot what falling meant. Shoes kicked somewhere near the door, keys still scattered on the floor. I said I cleaned the place today, but the evening got in the way. And honestly I let it, no guilt attached to resting. For once the world can spin without me trying to direct it. No deadlines in the room, no pressure, dressed as truth. Just a little air to breathe, and enough space to loosen me. Phone face down, TV low, city dim behind the smoke. Everything can wait a while, nothing's leaving if I slow down. No urgency tonight, no need to optimize. I'm not chasing anything, and somehow that feels right. Ain't no urgency tonight, let the hours move how they like. Some days don't need a purpose to feel alive. Used to fill the silence fast, like empty space would never last. Every second had to lead to something bigger than the scene. Now I kinda like the drift, the unfinished shape of it. Dinner late and dishes stacked, nothing polished, nothing tracked. Neighbor laughing through the wall, train line humming after dark. Tiny ordinary sounds holding this apartment down. And I don't need the night explained, don't need progress tied to pain. Maybe peace arrives much softer than I train myself to think. No dramatic healing here, no sudden clarity appears. Just my shoulders dropping slow, like they finally got the note. Outside taxi smear the rain, inside enough to finally fit the shape of how I actually live. No urgency to my street lights fading silver white. I let the minutes pass me by without turning them into a fight. No urgency tonight, no perfect use of time. Still somehow the quiet hours leave the deepest kind of life. Exhaustion isn't always physical. Maybe it's the weight of constant motion, the feeling that every pause needs justification. But tonight nothing asks for proof. Not the rain, not the room, not the half-read book beside me, or the record spinning through. And somewhere between midnight and the refrigerator hum, I stopped feeling behind in life for the first time in months. No urgency tonight, everything arriving slow, like the world softened its edges just enough to let me go. No urgency tonight, no destination in sight. Still I think I'll remember how easy breathing felt tonight. Nothing solved, nothing missing, no urgency tonight. And maybe that was all I needed. Yeah. 1% left. Guess we gotta mean what we say now. Phone screen cracked across the time, tiny red bar warning light. You laughed and said, don't call me yet, save it for something worth the breath. Street was loud outside the train, Some are sticking to the rain. Still somehow the signal stayed long enough for us to drift away. No scrolling through another life. No links, no memes, no killing time. Just pauses humming through the line, like neither one of us could hide. Funny how the closer that the battery gets inside your hand, the more the conversation sounds like something real again. No room left for decoration, no extra words for presentation. Just whatever rises first before the screen goes dark. Low battery conversations, voices softer than the night. No performance, no distractions, just whatever feels alive. Low battery conversations, holding on at 1%. Maybe honesty comes easier when you know the time is spent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Said lately every day feels uploaded overplay. Everybody trying hard to look lit up in the dark. I said maybe that's the cost of never letting moments stop. Everything becomes content before it ever gets to live. Silence settle for a while, train tracks dragging underneath. Neither one of us rushed in to rescue every little beat. And somehow that unfinished space said more than sentences could make. Like the dying phone between us burned away the need to fake. Not dramatic, not profound, just two tired voices slowing down. No urgency to entertain, no energy left to explain. If the line cuts out too soon, maybe that's okay too. Some things don't need perfect endings to stay with you. Low battery conversations, late train glowing blue and gray. Half the words got lost in static, still I heard the things you meant to say. Low battery conversations, almost gone but feeling clear. Funny how the weakest signal can make somebody feel near. Yeah, yeah. Then your voice turned soft and small, said my phone's about to fall. I said mine too, and let it breathe. Neither wanting first to leave. And for a second all the noise of deadlines, feeds and daily voice felt far enough away to finally hear the room. Maybe connection isn't louder, maybe it's just less disguised. Maybe people talk more truthfully, closer to goodbye. Low battery conversations, last few seconds glowing red. No dramatic declarations, still your voice stayed in my head. Low battery conversations, signal fading into night. But something in the way we spoke still feels switched on inside. Call back. Low battery conversations, still charging slow in my mind. Late day breathing slow again. The curtains sway in a tired breeze. Coffee rings on the magazine. Neighbors talking down the hall like they got nowhere else to fall. The ceiling fan keeps lazy time turning circles through my mind. No ambition in the air, just enough to keep me there. Street lights waiting not to shine, evening balance in the line between disappearing gold and another night unfolding. Nothing pulling at my sleeve, nothing asking me to leave. Windows glowing soft and low like they already know. Some days don't need to mean body still and warm, watching quiet take its form. Amber hour, stay a while, leave me somewhere in between the miles. I don't fight, I don't force it, I just breathe through amber hour, yeah, yeah. Amber hour, soft and slow, every little shadow moving gold. I don't need to understand it, I just live inside amber hour. Hangs still above the floor, like it settled here before. Old train humming far away, breaking through the fading day. Phone untouched beside the bed, too many words already said. Even silence feels complete, resting heavy in the heat. Clock hands barely seem to move, like they forgot what time should prove. Everything outside can wait while the room recalibrates. Can call me just the same. I'm not hiding, not pretending, just somewhere the light is bending. Every second stretching thin, like the night can't quite begin, and the world slows down enough to almost feel like love. Amber hour, stay a while, leave me drifting in your patient style. I don't fight, I don't force it, I just move through amber hour, yeah, yeah. Amber hour, heat. I don't rush to understand it, I just stay inside amber hour. Soon the blue will take the sky, and the day will close its eyes. But for now it hangs above, soft as unfinished love. So let the moment blur the edge, let it lean, don't make it land. Some things only stay alive when you never hold them tight. Amber hour, ooh, nothing ending, nothing loud, just the city breathing out, yeah. Amber hour. Yeah. Rain leaning on the glass tonight. Yeah. Steam rising off the stove, tiny kitchen amber glow. Outside buses drag through rain, inside nothing needs a name. Cold windows fog beneath the streetlights, silver blur and passing white lines. You tucked your sleeves into your hands like the evening understood the plan. No candles, no expensive wine, just leftovers and borrowed time. Still somehow the room felt full in a way that luxury never could. Warm plates, cold windows, city moving far below. We stayed hidden in the haze, like the night forgot our names. No urgency inside the air, no performance anywhere, just the comfort of being known without needing to explain your soul. Warm place, cold windows, rain riding down the glass. Nothing perfect in the moment, still I hoped it wouldn't pass. Warm place, cold windows, late nights settling deep. Funny how the smallest evenings can feel too good to leave, yeah. 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 TV glowing without sound, neighbor footsteps underground. Sink still, full from earlier. neither one of us really cared. You asked something half asleep about whether peace can keep its shape once morning starts, pulling people back apart. I laughed soft and said, I don't know. Watch the rain distort the road. Maybe peace is only real when nobody tries to hold it still. And for once the silence sat easy between where we were at. No need to rescue every pause from becoming what it was. Outside, sirens bent and blurred. Inside, we barely used our words. Still the room said plenty clear that we were alright here. Not forever, not pretend, not some movie perfect end. Just two people slowing down enough to hear themselves again. Warm place, cold windows, breathing with the storm outside. Everything we didn't say still settled in the light. Warm place, cold windows, midnight turning slow, and for a little while nowhere else felt close to home. Than we thought, not fireworks or sudden drops. Maybe it's staying at the table long after dinner stops. Maybe it's shared silence without panic filling in. Maybe it's feeling understood before the sentence even ends. The rain kept falling either way, city drowning in its pace. But inside that little room, time loosened its grip for a change. Warm plates, cold windows, night fading into blue. Nothing life-changing happened, still I remember you. Warm plates, cold windows, morning almost near, and somehow the quiet felt louder than anything we'd hear all year. Drying by the sink, rain finally slowing down. Warm plates, cold windows, still glowing in my mind. We were halfway talking when it happened. No countdown, no dramatic sign, just kinda slipped into it. Then you opened eyes unfocused, laughing more than staying on it. You said that sounds kinda good. I said yeah, probably should. No review and no compare, didn't need to get us there. Something in a loosened pace made the choice fall into place. Wait a nod and pen in hand, like he knew before we did. Funny how the smallest move can feel accidentally lived. We were tired of optimizing, turning moments into trials. Sometimes overthinking steals the easy rhythm from the night. We picked it midway through the sentence, didn't even let it land. No big reason, no conviction, still it fit us better than the plan, yeah. We picked it midway through the sentence, somehow that was right. Maybe some things work much better without trying to be wise. There's a peace inside momentum when you stop rehearsing outcomes. Every option starts to blur when you need too much from one. This just happened soft and easy, like the room had made the call. And for once I didn't need to control it all at all. Water shining in the light, conversations folding slow. Even waiting felt aligned, like nowhere else to go. Not surrender, not neglect, just enough trust to select. Some decisions breathe much better without pressure on their neck, yeah. Maybe Every life is mostly this, tiny leaps that barely register. You move first and understand why it settled where it did. Not every road needs certainty, not every choice needs proof. Some things only show their shape after you move through. And if it misses by a little, that's still closer than before. Perfection keeps the body frozen, good enough opens the door. Yeah, we picked it midway through the sentence, half distracted, half aware. Still it landed like the even knew exactly what belonged there. Yeah, we picked it midway through the sentence, no regret inside. Sometimes instinct wears the face of not trying too hard to be right. When empty, music low, nobody rushed to leave. The way we got there didn't matter, only how it seemed to breathe. Yeah, picked it midway, no dramatic story left to tell. Just one of those nights that sat with us well. Somebody still awake below me. Floorboards creak beneath the dark, fridge light hums through the apartment. Street lamp leaking through the blinds, painting silver across the night. I should probably be asleep, but my thoughts won't loosen easy. So I pace from room to room, listening to the building breathe. Then I notice through the crack, underneath the stairwell black, a little line of amber glow from the apartment down below. Don't know their name, don't know their story, still somehow it changes things, knowing someone else is awake with me. No conversation, no knock at the door, just another quiet soul ignoring sleep. And for a second the night feels less heavy on my chest. Lights still on downstairs, soft gold under the door. Funny how a little presence can settle a room you thought was yours. Lights still on downstairs, while the whole city fades, and somehow that tiny window glow makes me feel okay. Maybe they're reading in the kitchen, maybe washing coffee cups, maybe fighting off the same restless kind of midnight rush. Sometimes I hear footsteps pause, then move slowly down the hall, like they're carrying thoughts around, trying not to let them fall. And I never need to meet them, never need to know their face. There's comfort in anonymous lives, existing close within the same space. The world feels less enormous when another shadow moves inside the quiet architecture of these sleepless rooms. Oh, grand connection formed, no life suddenly transformed. Still the loneliness softens shape every time I see that frame. Tiny glowing square of light, holding steady through the night, like a silent reassurance someone else survived today too. Lights still on downstairs, blue hours stretching thin. Everything feels less empty, knowing someone else stayed in. Lights still on downstairs, no words exchanged at all. Still I think I sleep easier when I catch that glow below the wall. Yeah, yeah. each other in smaller ways than we expect. Not through speeches or grand gestures, but simple evidence they exist. A light left on too late, a chair dragged across the floor, a distant laugh through old apartment walls when you thought the night was yours alone. And eventually their window darkens, one soft click and it is gone. But somehow the calm remains long after they've moved on. Lights still on downstairs, morning almost in the sky, and for once the silence didn't feel like something I had to survive. Lights still on downstairs, fading with the dawn, still the warmth of knowing someone stayed awake lingers on. Settling into sleep, city turning pale blue. Lights still on downstairs, then finally not anymore. Yeah. Typing bubble disappeared again. Yeah. Phone lit up at 2:13, your name glowing soft and green. Still awake was all it said, but it pulled me out my head. Rain was sliding down the fire escape, city breathing under gray. I stared a little before I wrote, like timing changed the way to words. Somewhere between replies, something honest starts to rise. Not fast enough to call it love, too close to call it casual. Yeah, yeah. No promises in sight, no, where is this tonight? Just two people leaving space for silence to participate. Yeah, you send half a thought, I answer half awake. Still somehow the unfinished parts feel like the realest thing we make. Somewhere between replies, we built a little atmosphere. No dramatic declaration, still it felt like you were here. Somewhere between replies, late night glow and tired eyes. Funny how connection grows in the pauses we don't hide. Morning came without goodbye, just your message hours behind. Sorry, fell asleep again. I smiled harder than I should've then. Yeah, funny what the mind can do with tiny digital proof. A sentence barely 5 words long, carry someone through a room. Yeah, and we never forced the pace, never rushed to name the shape. Maybe labels close the air too early for things still becoming. So we stayed inside the drift of almost in little hints, learning each other slowly through time and more than sentences. Some nights you disappear, then show back up sincere, like neither one of us needs constant proof to trust. No pressure to perform, no perfect rhythm form. Still every quiet check-in feels warmer than expected. Somewhere between replies, the feeling learned to breathe. Not loud enough to interrupt, just steady underneath. Somewhere between replies, screams fading into blue. I never knew how much a pause could start resembling truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe modern love sounds softer than the movie said it would. Maybe it's less fireworks exploding, more someone checking if you're good. Maybe intimacy now lives in little glowing signs, a name appearing late at night at exactly the right time. And even when we leave each other waiting, it never feels severe, because the space between responses still somehow keeps keeps you near. Somewhere between replies, no beginning, no clear end. Still the feeling kept unfolding like a song without a tense. Somewhere between replies, midnight resting in my room, and every small unfinished message left a little more of you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Typing bubble, gone again. Still smiling at the screen. Somewhere between replies, something stayed alive in me. Yeah. Late crowd, almost gone. Kitchen lights humming low. Corner booth beside the glass. Rain keeps sliding slow and fast. Waitress wipes the empty bar. Looks at me but not too hard. Menu folded in my hand, like I came here with a plan. Truth is I just needed space, with a little human noise in place. Table for nobody tonight. Still they set the silver right. Funny how a lonely room can feel gentle when it doesn't assume. No performance left to give, no pretending I'm out with it. Just me breathing in the steam of a half-lit evening scene. Phone face down beside the plate. Nothing urgent, gonna wait for a while. I can't exist without needing to be missed. Table for nobody, but the night still let me in. Coffee cooling slowly while the city moved again. Table for nobody, and somehow that felt fine. Not every empty chair needs somebody by your side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Couple laughing near the door. Old man sleeping by the sports score. Everybody passing through. Different reasons, different moods. I stopped trying to decode why being alone felt cold. Maybe it was never that. Maybe I just fought the fact. There's a peace in sitting still, without needing to fulfill some perfect movie version of what a Friday night should feel. And the waitress asked once more, need anything? I almost said, yeah, maybe less noise in my head, but I just smiled instead. Outside taxis streaked in red. Inside old soul records bled through the speakers, soft and warm, like comfort taking form. And for once I didn't rush to turn silence into touch. I just let the moment be small enough to breathe. A table for nobody, still the room held space for me. No grand revelation, just a quiet kind of ease. A table for nobody, but I wasn't incomplete. Some nights don't need company to feel beautifully deep, yeah. I used to think connection always had to speak out loud. Now I think it lives in smaller things, like not needing a crowd, like knowing the world keeps turning even when you disappear, and finding that a little distance can make your own voice clear. Maybe solitude ain't absence, maybe it's relief. Maybe peace arrives unnoticed between hunger and receipt. Table for nobody, last call in the air. Still I sat a little longer, like I belong there. Table for nobody, rain fading down the street, and for the first time in a while better nights I've had. Yeah. Street lights coming on slow tonight. Train doors closed behind my back. City breathing through the cracks. Corner store still glowing blue. Same old man buying the news. Crosswalk blinking out of time. Taxi headlights dragging lines. I've walked this road so many nights. Still it changes in this light. Not in a hurry to arrive. Kinda letting the distance decide. Somewhere between leaving and home. Feels more honest on my own. I don't need the night explained. Don't need meaning in the rain. Just the sound of rubber tires and apartment window light. Half the world already sleeps, other half still chasing things. I'm just drifting in between. Halfway home again. Halfway home again. Not lost, not there yet. Just moving with the city slow, like it knows where I should end. Halfway home again. Nothing pulling at my hands. Every block feels soft tonight, like the world forgot its plans. Yeah. Someone laughing from above. Balcony spilling yellow buzz. Window fan and TV glow. Tiny lives I'll never know. Phone stays quiet in my coat. No missed calls to interrupt. Funny how the silence feels more complete than being touched. I used to fill these walks with noise, songs and podcasts, restless thoughts. Now I kinda like the space where nothing's asking to be solved. Every step keeps loose time with the rhythm in my mind. No destination pressing hard. No performance after dark. Just the pavement and the air and the feeling I can spare. One more hour, not becoming anything for anyone. Halfway home again. Somewhere soft between who I was all afternoon and whoever sleeps in me. Halfway home again. Street lights washing gold. Even loneliness tonight feels familiar, not cold. Maybe this is why I walk long after I need to. Not to reach another place, but to slowly pass through. All the pressure leaves in pieces somewhere after Avenue 3. By the time I reach my door, there's a lighter version of me. In the city never notices, never asks me where I've been. Still it holds me every night, like a quiet oldest friend. Halfway home again, breathing with the traffic load. Every passing little sound makes me feel a little known. Halfway home again, no dramatic end, just the comfort of becoming someone softer by the end. Yeah, halfway home again. Still walking slow. Nobody really wanted to leave yet. Air still holding on to the heat. Party emptied out in waves, tail lights drifting through the haze. Someone laughing near the gate, trying hard to stretch the lane. Shopping carts against the curb, buzzing signs and distant birds. Summer sticking to the skin, like the night still wanted in. We stood talking by your car, not about anything hard, just little things that somehow stayed floating in the parking lot air. Nobody saying one last thing, nobody forcing meaning. Still the moment held its shape, like it knew not to break. Street lamp glow across your face, radio low, engine wait. Even silence had a groove, sitting there with me and you. Parking lot weather makes people stay too long, halfway leaving, halfway hoping. The night keeps hanging on. Parking lot weather, warm wind through the dark. Something about those in between places hits a little harder on the heart, yeah, yeah. Ice melting in paper cups, nobody really wrapping up. Conversations slowing down like tired songs still hanging around. You lean back against the door, said you kinda liked ignoring. Little places after hours where nobody asked for more. I said maybe that's the trick, nothing trying to be big, less the moment, breathe enough to actually exist. And the asphalt held the heat long after sunset left the street, like the night refused to cool until we finally moved. No dramatic final line, no call me when you get inside, just the comfort of delay before the world resumes its pace. Every second stretching thin, like neither one of us gave in to ending what already felt good exactly as it was. Parking lot weather, neon humming overhead. Everything felt easier than what we usually said. Parking lot weather, late July and faded gold. Funny how the smallest moments can leave the strongest hold, yeah. Eventually somebody drove away, then another disappeared. The night got wider, quieter, till it was mostly air. Still we stayed another minute, maybe 2 or maybe 10. Not because there was a reason, just not ready for the end. Maybe connection lies strongest in the spaces before goodbye, where nobody owes a future. Still nobody wants to drive. Parking lot weather, street lights fading into dawn.